Sea level change through the middle of the century, around 2050, has largely been locked in. Regardless of how quickly we get our emissions down, we're likely looking at about 15 to 30 centimeters, or about 6 to 12 inches, of global average sea level rise through the middle of the century. On average, this would increase the likelihood of what used to be considered a once-in-a-century high water level more than tenfold.
Human activity over the past century has brought the amount of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere to levels that have not been seen for a millennia. The magnitude of this impact is vast. So why is carbon dioxide a problem? It is because it is a greenhouse gas. Greenhouse gases absorb infrared radiation or heat and prevents it from radiating back to space. These gases trap heat in the atmosphere, creating a greenhouse effect that results in global warming and climate change. Whenever discussing greenhouse gases and climate change issues, carbon dioxide comes up frequently among the reasons, because it is the most prevalent of all greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases cause serious environmental and health issues. The trapping of heat inside the Earth's atmosphere affect various species in already dry climates. Climate change contributes to global warming, which causes sea level rise, extreme weather, wildfires, and air pollution, which can cause respiratory diseases. The normal weather patterns will change, and some animal species will likely go extinct if the planet continues to release greenhouse gases at the current rate.
Now we are done tackling about the problem or the issue we aim to solve. Now, let's go to the abstract.
Nowadays, we are experiencing climate change and global warming. One of the reasons Earth's temperature increases each year is because of carbon dioxide emissions coming from big factories, vehicles, and the like. Yes, carbon dioxide and the greenhouse gas effect are required for the survival of life on Earth. However, human inventions designed to burn fossil fuels, such as power plants and vehicles, emit massive amount of extra carbon dioxide, which is not a good thing. Moreover, carbon dioxide emissions, if not properly treated, which are released into the atmosphere, can contribute to pollution and global warming. There is much information about how to prevent and minimize the impacts. An example is a Kyoto Protocol is implemented, which operationalizes the UNFCCC by committing industrialized countries and economies in transitions to limit and reduce greenhouse gases emissions under agreed individual targets. Hence, with less carbon dioxide emission, it lessens the effects of climate change. Also, scientists introduce other ways to solve the issue. The study about carbon dioxide capturing devices. Carbon capture and storage, or CCS, is a set of technologies that prevents carbon dioxide emissions from traditional power generation and industrial production process by injecting the carbon dioxide into suitable underground storage reservoir. Capture technology, in essence, separates carbon dioxide emissions from the process, after which the compressed carbon dioxide is transported to and injected in a suitable geological storage location. Research shows that it is an effective method to reduce carbon dioxide, consequently climate change. As Kimada and Soson 2017 mentioned, carbon dioxide capturing devices can achieve a 99% reduction of carbon dioxide emissions. The history of carbon dioxide capturing devices is this. The basic concept behind carbon capture and storage is to capture carbon dioxide and prevent it from being released into the atmosphere. It was first proposed in 1977 to use existing technology in novel ways. Since the 1920s, scientists have imagined carbon dioxide capture technology for separating carbon dioxide from sellable methane gas found in natural gas reservoir. Some studies indicate that carbon dioxide captured in this manner from a gas processing facility in Texas, USA, was piped to a nearby oil field and injected to boost oil recovery in the early 1970s. This process, known as enhanced oil recovery or EOR, has proven to be extremely successful, and millions of tons of carbon dioxide, both from natural carbon dioxide accumulations in underground rocks and captured from industrial facilities, are piped to and injected into oil fields in the United States.
The carbon dioxide capturing device has already been ongoing for decades, and there are already 21 large-scale CCUS projects built around the world. The progress of its development and improvements are advancing as the effects of climate change get worse over the time. Over the past 10 years, there has been several progress and improvements in order to reduce the energy cost of capturing carbon dioxide by 70%. People are getting desperate to reverse climate change. Even big companies like Elon Musk are willing to donate $100 million as a prize for the best carbon capturing device. The carbon dioxide emission is increasing greatly every year. For the year 2020 alone, 40 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide were generated. And not just factories and all companies that generate CO2. Humans also generate even when eating, and it is equivalent to 2 metric tons of carbon dioxide every year. Over the decade, multiple methods of CO2 capture have been created for the multiple sources of its emissions. For example, for the gas streams of ammonia, ethanol, and natural gas processing emits over 80% of carbon dioxide, and it is captured through compressing, dehydration, membranes, or physical solvents. The current goal of the International Energy Agency is to reach net zero of carbon dioxide emissions by the year 2050. To be possible, CCUS projects should be greatly scaled up to capture 14 million today up to 6.6 billion tons of carbon dioxide by the year 2050.
We are already done with the abstract. Now, let's go to the methodology.
The best way to implement and further spread the influence of carbon capture and storage, or CCS, would be to have major production companies as well as major energy generation companies adopt the system. Although unlikely, this will allow the CCS to be more well known to the public, as well as clear misconceptions that some people may have about the CCS. However, companies might be unwilling, since the CCS application will surely increase the cost of energy generation and industrial production. As such, in their 2008 study, the International Energy Agency, or the IEA, calculated that the exclusion of the CCS from the global mitigation portfolio will increase the cost of achieving climate stabilization by 70%. Based on this information, the inclusion of the CCS in the mitigation portfolio can be justified from a long-term economic efficiency standpoint. The more companies that use the CCS, the greater its impact will be on our fight against climate change. Some types of CCS can even utilize the stored carbon dioxide. An example would be the enhanced oil recovery. The enhanced oil recovery is a method of oil extraction that involves using water and carbon dioxide to drive up oil up the well. This method deposits the carbon dioxide underground while increasing oil recovery. Easy way that this can be achieved is by persuading more countries to invest more in the use and research of the carbon capture and storage, or CCS. The CCS is very costly and risky. However, it's the best chance we have against climate change. Persuading countries also allow the use of restrictions of policies that may surround the CCS. Countries should help fund companies, especially energy generating companies, to use the CCS. Countries in the future may even implement that companies that produce alarming amounts of carbon dioxide should have a CCS system.
Let's now go to the impact or the relevance of the carbon dioxide capturing device to the people, industries, and the world. Relevance to the people. Carbon dioxide is present in our environment and even a need, but high levels would significantly bring harmful effect to the lives of the people. Carbon dioxide poses direct risk to human health, such as cognitive performance, inflammation, kidney, bone problems, and mostly affects our brain functioning. It will lead to people not function in a normal manner. If carbon dioxide level would get severe, it would even cause death. With carbon dioxide capturing device, it would reduce the levels of carbon dioxide and it would help us mitigate the harmful effects it would bring to our lives. The impact of global warming to the different industries and businesses would hinder their success. A high level of carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere would correlate to low productivity and high level of absence to the employees. With employees not being present, it would lower the efficiency and performance of the businesses, as employees are the foundation of these entities. If this trend would be successful, then carbon dioxide harmful effects would not be a problem to these industries no more. This trend would impact the infrastructure industries, as the carbon dioxide that has been captured could be used as a component to strengthen the concrete. Another one is that carbon dioxide can be used to convert fuel, so this would open to a new industry. Also, in manufacturing industries, the carbon dioxide could be utilized to produce chemicals and stuff like plastics. This trend would significantly impact the industries, as this would open new opportunities to the industries and employees. Impact to the world. As carbon dioxide is one of the factors of global warming, there is a need for us to reduce this to save our world from the harmful effects of it. With this trend being implemented, the carbon dioxide will be reduced and will be within limits. This impact would lower the speed of the rise of global warming. Hence, our world and planet Earth would be saved with these harmful effects of global warming.
In conclusion, carbon dioxide is a prevalent greenhouse gas which too much emission can cause global warming. And carbon capture and storage, CCS, is a set of technologies that prevents carbon dioxide emissions from traditional power generation and industrial production processes by injecting the carbon dioxide into suitable underground storage reservoirs. Persuading famous companies to use CCS will increase the cost of energy generation and industrial production for it to be cheaper in the future. Convincing well-developed countries to invest in CCS and have their companies that produce large quantities of carbon dioxide be required to have CCS system will have a positive impact on industries, the world, and most importantly, the human life.
If this device will be implemented in the present, then the future will be brighter. First, it reduces the consequences of climate change. This will allow everyone to breathe fresh air and have a more efficient mode of public transportation. Second, it opens the door of opportunity for new green jobs like technicians that would help manage and operate it. Third, captured carbon dioxide could be used to strengthen concrete, leading to increased infrastructure durability. Fourth, carbon dioxide can be used to convert fuel. With this device, it can basically provide us with the ability to create more fuel. Lastly, the excess carbon dioxide would not go to waste since it can be used to produce chemicals and plastics in generating resources, just like soft foams. To sum it all up, carbon capture technology could protect the environment and planet, but it is difficult in terms of cost and process.